Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Intradayscreener. Today, we are going to discuss about support and resistance scans. It is one of the most important and useful features of Intradayscreener. So, without any further ado, let's get into the video. So, I hope you guys are able to view my screen, and this is the interface of support and resistance scans. So, firstly, we need to understand the theoretical concept of what is support and resistance and how to make use of it. So, firstly, let's get into the presentation and know the concept. By the end of the video, you'll be able to understand what is meant by support and resistance, different types of support and resistance, and how to find out the stocks and take trades using support and resistance strategy. So firstly, we'll discuss about what is meant by support and resistance. So what is meant by support? Support is the level at which stock price stop falling further. Usually, stock price starts bouncing from these supports. Suppose let's take an example. A stock is being falling continuously for a while, and at a certain level it start bouncing back. So these kind of levels are called as support levels. If suppose a stock is being rallied this way, at a certain point or a certain level it started falling down. So these kind of levels are called as resistance levels. So in the next slide, I'll show you a pictorial representation of what is support and resistance. So you could clearly see, right? The stock is moving this way, and at a certain level, it stopped rising further and started falling. So these kind of levels are called as resistance levels. And the stock is being falling continuously and has taken a support from a specific level and started bouncing. So these kind of levels are called as support levels. So I hope you guys are clear with what is support and resistance. So there are different type of support and resistance levels. So let's discuss about those kind of different levels. So the first kind of level is static level, and the other kind of level is dynamic level. So what are the different types of static levels? The first one is pivot level, Fibonacci, and Gann. These levels are called as static levels. And what do you mean by dynamic levels? And what are the types of dynamic levels? Usually, moving averages are called to be the dynamic levels. So, such as day moving average, or simple moving average, or exponential moving average. So any kind of moving average, we call that particular levels as dynamic levels. So now, I hope you guys are clear with the concept of what is support and resistance. Now we'll discuss about how to take trades using support and resistance levels. So for this purpose, so let's get into the intraday screener and do it in a practical way. So I've already mentioned, right? This is the interface of support and resistance levels. There is an option where you can switch between F&O and cash. If you select F&O, you'll be getting the stocks which are in F&O segment. If you select cash, probably you'll be getting all NSE 500 stocks. Sorry, guys. So let me do one thing. Let us take an example of a specific stock and discuss about all the columns one by one, as we're having n number of columns. So this is the symbol of the stock, and this is the last traded price of the stock. I hope you guys are able to view that the prices are getting updated tick by tick. So for this purpose, we suggest you to log in into the intraday screener via your stock brokerage accounts. You could use Zerodha, Angel Broking, 5paisa, Paytm Money, and Done as well. So that you'll be getting these kind of tick by tick updates. So here, left side to this symbol, you could clearly see some columns saying S1, S2, and S3. These are the support levels. Right side to the symbol section, you could clearly see there are R1, R2, and R3. So these are the resistance levels. So here, when it comes to the volume section, you could clearly see, right? So just let me clear my drawings firstly. So in the volume section, you could clearly see the numerical value. So what does this numerical values means? Suppose the last traded volume, I mean, what that means is that the volume which got traded in a specific stock on the previous trading day is X. On the current trading day, the volume, what does this mean is that the volume on the current trading day is 194.1% more when compared to the previous trading day. So that is what the numerical value suggests. When it comes to this open interest, only for FNO stocks you will be able to view option chain data and OI. So for non-FNO stocks, you won't be getting the OI or option chain data. So firstly, I'll try to explain the correlation between last price, that means the last traded price of a stock, and open interest. So let me clearly explain you about the correlation between these two things. Usually what happens, a price or any numerical value should go up or should go down. So what are the type of possibilities we could see in the combination of price and open interest? Price increasing, open interest increasing, price falling down, open interest increasing, price going up and open interest is falling down, price is going down, open interest is also going down. So when you see, so these are the different conditions. So when you see the first condition, you can clearly say that for if at any stock the price is increasing and OI is increasing, we could clearly say that long buildup is happening in that specific stock. When the price is falling down and open interest is going up, what buildup is happening in that specific stock? When price is going up and open interest is falling down, that means short covering is happening in that specific stock. When price is falling down and open interest is also falling down, we could clearly say that long unwinding is happening in that specific stock. So when you see a stock in which long buildup and short covering is happening, try to wait for a position where you can take a long entry in that specific stock. So buy positions would be suggested. So when you see in a stock short buildup or long unwinding is happening, try to see for selling opportunities. I hope you guys are clear with open interest. So here you could clearly see that the price or the open interest has fallen and the price is going up. So what does this mean? Or you can pause the video for a while and answer it down in the comments. So let me tell you what is happening here. Short covering is happening in this specific stock. We see for buying opportunities. So let's discuss about option chain data and how to use it. So here you could clearly see that there are green and red candles. So what does this red candle means? It means call writing is happening in this specific contract. So what does the green candle mean? Put writing is happening in this specific stock. So you can ask me what is call writing and what is put writing. So let me explain. Call writing is, so what does it refer? Is that calls are getting sold. So what does put writing means? Puts are getting sold. So before going to the next concept of option chain, we need to understand few things. So if you are anticipating that the price might go up, so what do we do in call option and put option? We go and buy the call option and sell the put option. If you are anticipating that the price might go down, what do? We sell the call option and buy the put option. So here, what is happening? What did I say when put writing is happening? Puts are getting sold. What do you mean by call writing? Calls are getting sold. So I hope you guys are clear as of now. So here, put selling is happening. So what do you mean by put selling? People are expecting that the stock could move up. So that is what put writing means. So what do you mean by call writing? Calls are getting sold. So what does this mean? People are expecting that the stock or any indices or any security to fall in the upcoming some period of time. So here you could clearly see that call writing is more when compared to the put writing at this specific strike price. So this means that this specific level is having more more call writing is more when compared to the put writing. So what does this mean? This level could act as a strong resistance, and this specific level in this specific level you could clearly see that put writing is more when compared to the call writing. So this level could act as a strong support. So this specific open interest or option chain data you see is the total option chain data of the specific stock. So if you want to see only the current trading days data, you can make use of this today OI change. The same concept is applied even in the specific while you are viewing today's OI change. So first let me discuss about the remaining concepts, which is momentum. Under momentum column, you could clearly see that there are four numerical values. So what does this each and every numerical value means? Let me explain. So the first one is momentum rank and the second one is outperformance rank of a stock. Here also we are discussing about a stock. So here we are discussing about momentum score of a sector, momentum rank or momentum score of a sector. So here we are comparing the outperformance rank of a sector for the current trading day. So that is what the difference between these two. So usually what we need to keep in mind is that just very simple. Lower the rank, stronger the stock or sector. So that is what the main concept behind it. So here you could clearly see that suppose example, the sector outperformance rank of the current trading day is 1 for Hindustan Unilever. And you could clearly say that the life insurance sector, which is HDFC Life, is having a sector rank to be 6. So you can clearly see that this specific Hindustan Unilever is stronger. This specific sector is stronger when compared to the life insurance sector. So we would suggest you to go and take intraday trades, especially in stocks which are a part of the strongest sector out there on the current trading day. So I hope you guys have understood how to make use of momentum. So what does VWAP means? It is volume weighted average price of a specific stock. So how do you make use of this VWAP? So first feature is that it acts as a magnet. Suppose the stock will take the same stock 1 to double to 1 1. This is the VWAP level and it is being traded at a certain level of 20 to 48. There is a high probability of the specific stock to come back to this specific level as this VWAP pulls down that specific stock to come and touch its come and touch its VWAP level. So this is how you can make use of VWAP. So the second feature and the second way that you can make use of VWAP is that, suppose example, this is the VWAP level. When on the current trading day, if the LTP or close breaks out of its VWAP level, you can go long in that specific share. If it breaks down, you can go and take shorting position in that specific stock. So that is how you can make use of VWAP. So when it comes to the ADX, we would suggest you to go long in stocks in which you could see ADX greater than 20. So that means greater than 20 in ADX refers to that the stock is in strong momentum. So that is the reason we would suggest you to go and enter the stocks which are having ADX more than 20. When it comes to RSI, which is the relative strength index of a specific stock, we need to understand three things: RSI greater than 70, RSI less than 30, and RSI greater than 50. So what does this RSI greater than 70 refers to? This means that the specific stock is in overbought zone. So when it comes to this RSI less than 30, it refers to that it is the specific stock is in oversold zone. When it comes to the RSI greater than 50, we could clearly say that the stock is in strong momentum. You can make use of these three things while taking the trades. So here you could clearly see that there are moving averages that we have discussed earlier. Here we have discussed about exponential moving averages and simple moving averages. These are the levels which we call as dynamic levels. It could be support or resistance, which we have discussed earlier. R1, R2, R3 and S1, S2, S3 are referred to be the static levels. So I hope you guys have understood the concept of what is the difference between static and dynamic levels. So it would work both as a support and resistance levels altogether. So here there is, sorry, just a second, guys. There is an option where you can select the filters as you wish. Suppose you want to go long in a specific stock. So let me do one thing. So what are the conditions we prefer if you want to go long? So let's go one by one. We would see that there are no resistance levels very near in the time of entry point. So the first thing is the LTP, that means the current traded price of a stock, should be above 200 days moving average. The first condition. Second condition is that it has to be above 100 days moving average. So the third condition is that we would prefer to enter into the stocks and go long in specific stocks where the current traded price of a particular stock is above 20 moving average. So we'll take the condition as well. So when it comes to the RSI, what I have discussed earlier, if RSI is above 50, we can clearly say that the specific stock is in strong momentum. So let's take ADX now. So if the stock is having ADX greater than 20, we could clearly say that the stock is in good momentum. Also, we would suggest you to go long in stocks in which you could clearly see the VWAP below the last trade price. That means the last trade price should be above the VWAP and VWAP should be below the last trade price. So I have already mentioned, right, the correlation between the percentage change in volume or price change with respect to open interest. So let's say we want to take trades in long build-up stocks. What happens in long build-up? Change in percentage should be greater than zero. That means it should be positive. And when it comes to OI, it should also be positive. Now you'll be getting the stocks. So just a minute, you'll be getting the stocks. So in these specific stocks, you can take long positions in the specific stock when the resistance levels are broken down. So here you could clearly see, right, in the power grid stock. So all the conditions that we have discussed right now are fulfilled in this specific stock. And even The momentum rank is also good. Momentum and other important technical indicators are also showing that the stock is in strong momentum. So just a second, guys, sorry. So here you could clearly see, right, the power grid stock, it has broken its resistance level. So there is a high probability of this. In progress. So sorry guys. So here you could clearly see, right. So whatever conditions that we have discussed is fulfilled by power grid. So we would try to take long when the specific resistance level is broken. So here you could clearly see that the resistance level is broken and it is trying to go up. And the next resistance or the target, you can make use of this R2 and R3 as well. So I hope you guys have understood the concept and how to take the trades using the support and resistance levels. Suppose you would like to take the trades directly using intraday screener, you can click on the checkboxes down here and tap on trade selected. So you'll be getting a pop-up where you need to enter the amount you would like to trade with and click on calculate quantity. So once you click on the calculate quantity, the amount will be adjusted in between the stocks in equated manner. So once it is done, you can also do one more thing where you can increase or decrease the risk you would like to take in that specific trade. Suppose you would like to risk 2% of your capital, you can give that specific amount. Sorry, you can select the specific percentage. So let's take, you would like to, let's do one thing. Let's give a certain amount and click on calculate quantity. You could clearly see, right, the specific amount that I have entered got adjusted between all the three stocks. And you could also clearly observe the risk that you might be taking when a specific stock hits its stop loss as well. So once it is done and you are ready to go, click on place order and the order will be directly executed. So this is the way you can now take the trades using support and resistance scans. So whatever points that I have discussed right now in the video, I have mentioned those points here. You can pause the video for a while and take a snap of it for future reference purpose. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the session. So let's meet in the next video, guys. Thank you.